Hey, Phyllis, can you send in my 3 o'clock, please?
Hey, what's up, bro?
Have a seat, Mr. Morrison.
Alright.
I'd like to start this interview off with a couple of questions. For starters, what are you good at in business?
Well, the answer to that, all the above.
You want to elaborate on that, Mr. Morrison?
Nah, fam, I'm good. Alright, so the interview is off and on its way, and already we can evaluate some of the mistakes that have been made. First off, Arthur has showed up to this interview rather unprofessionally. You always want to make sure you're well dressed before going to an interview. Second off, Arthur has answered the very first question of his interview rather poorly. Now, let's see if Arthur can get this interview back on track.
Now, might I remind you, Mr. Morrison, that this is a very serious job, and I like you to treat it that way. So, proper etiquette would probably be a good idea. For your sake, you're probably not used to it, since you were probably raised in a dump.
Oh, of course, boss, man. Yeah. Quit messing around here. Let's get serious.
You know, I really appreciate that, actually. That shows a lot of initiative on your part, and I respect that in my employees. Now, to continue this interview, I have a few more questions for you, if you'll give me a moment.
Sure thing. Is that coffee?
Yeah, it is, actually.
We'll go get some coffee. Alright, just when things were starting to look up for Arthur, he decides to ruin it by excusing himself from the interview to get a cup of coffee. Now, if this coffee was offered to Arthur, this would be a different story, but it simply was not. So, let's see how Arthur can correct the path that he has chosen to take. Ma'am, give me a nice cup of coffee, what? Alright. Let's get this on the road.
Now, Arthur, I would appreciate it if you would keep your vulgar language out of this work environment, because I would like to remind you how much we take this job seriously, and this is a very professional interview.
Yeah. I totally get it. I understand. This ain't my first rodeo. This is like my 7th interview today, so I know what's going on. I apologize, Mr. Campbell, and it won't happen again.
It's Mr. Campbell, for your information, but anyways, I think we need to move on to a new topic with this interview. First and foremost, you wouldn't by any chance have a copy of your resume on you, would you? Because there's no record of any jobs at all, actually, in your experience at all. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not seeing any viable proof of legitimate.
Yeah, it happened. You know, it's just one of those things. I'll clear this up. You know, it's just it happens all the time. You know, yeah. This ought to cover it.
Mr. Morrison, did you just hand me a napkin while handwriting 3 different professions that you've had in the past? You know, I don't think I need to be aware of any of your past professions, much less a strip club or the misspelled name of McDonald's or KF. You know what? This is incredibly unprofessional. I will not stand for such bullshit in this office. You know what?
Okay, so Arthur has already pushed his interviewer so far over the edge that he has taken it upon himself to arm himself with a firearm in order to end this misery. So, how about we take a look at what would happen if Arthur wasn't a complete idiot and actually came to this interview prepared.
So again, Arthur, would you by any chance have a resume on you? Because I don't have any viable proof that you've got any experience in the field.
Yeah. Here we go. This is how to clear things up.
I appreciate that very much. I was, for whatever reason, I was fully expecting you to be unprofessional and just give me like a napkin of all things. I was just.
Yeah, that'd be stupid.
I'm sorry. What is this?
Well, apparently Arthur thought it would be a great idea to draw a massive penis on his resume and give it to his interviewers. So you shouldn't do that, and obviously we're not going to show that because why would we? And you know what? Whatever happens at this point. I don't care. That's my resume.
You know what, Arthur? I'm not going to lie and say that I'm not impressed by this picture because there's an excruciating amount of detail put into this work of art. But you know what? This is not what this interview is all about. And I will not have you coming into my office and defiling what it is we stand for as a company. Get out!
All right, bro. Well, thanks for the
Get
opportunity.
that out of my face. Get out of my office.
All right, later. Got my sunglasses?
Oh yeah? Make sure you don't forget this! Oh my god. People these days. Hey, Phyllis, could you send in my 3:30, please? Thank you.
So Arthur has been murdered. Good.